What's going on, dudes? Let's talk about the nuts to butts. The crazy, wacky world of YouTube. The insanity that is ensuing left and right. And by all that, I mean the whole completionist situation. Now, I only touched on it on a previous video, and the reason why I waited is I wanted to see more info to come out. Me Mudahar released a video. As of recording, it was a few hours ago. Well, I say a few hours ago. It was last night, and I found out while I was on lunch. So I thought I'd go ahead and spread the word. I mean, that's really what my channel is about, is giving my opinion on video games, talking shit about video games, having wrong opinions about video games, and relaying stuff that's kind of on topic, stuff that I kind of surround myself around. As far as what I see on YouTube, it's just really to get the word out there so everybody's on the same page. So it started about a week ago with me Mudahar from Some Ordinary Gamer and Carl Jobs. Now, like I said before, I'm a big subscriber to them, and I've been following both of them for quite a few years. I started watching Me Mudahar after his big incident with H3H3, which was right around the time I was actually kind of getting away from them, stopped watching them, and started watching more of Me Mudahar stuff. Now, that being said, pretty much this whole situation has gotten a little worse. And it seems like people are just absolutely moronic, because a lot of people have opinions on something they haven't even actually watched. They did not watch the whole video on, I guess, either channel that explains a lot of what they did. And Mudahar even explains that in his new video, there may be a little bit of a nitpick that he may have got wrong, but really it comes down to circumstance. And until there's any proof to come out to prove him wrong, as of right now, he's the most one in the right in these allegations. And I say allegations because I don't know what the completionist would be like put in a corner. He hasn't officially, gotten word of any lawyers, which is probably something he needs to do. Like I said in my last video, in the video that I touched base on this, he needs to get his shit together. Now, for anybody that don't know, the Completionist is a longtime YouTuber and quite a heavy hitter, honestly. He's done pretty good quality videos. I've watched quite a few of his when it comes to certain games that I just want to see somebody else kind of put their touch on it, I guess I would say. And not in a dirty way where it makes my pee-pee feel weird. Now, Me Mudahar and Carl Jobs was looking into something. Now, they explain why it became their business. And before I get into that, here's a problem I have. A lot of people are running their mouth and getting pissed off at people basically policing YouTube. When YouTube isn't really going to hold anybody to any standard anyway, a lot of people get away with things. I don't like how people want to run their mouth. Oh, well, we need to, people need to be held accountable. These people get away with so many things. And then finally somebody holds somebody accountable. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, I meant somebody else, not that guy. No, not the person I follow. That's makes no sense. Why would you hold him accountable? He's not the one I meant. I meant somebody else. Well, that's the thing. They're holding him accountable. He hasn't answered for what's happened. Now, obviously, I would assume, hopefully, it's because he's lawyering up and he's trying to figure out what needs to be said. But he still has to answer to the over $600,000 that's being withheld in an account. Now, a lot of people misunderstood the whole point of the video and probably watched 2 or 3 minutes of it, cut it off, and then went to comment, because everybody's always prepared to say something but not listen. And that's the biggest problem, I think. Everybody needs to get the dick out their mouth, get the nut out their ear, get the smegma out their nose, and start listening a little bit more. Because here's the thing. They never state that he was stealing the money. They never said he embezzled it. They just want to know what happened. Because what started it all was Carl Jobs got a tip. Where he got the tip from, I don't know. Because that was not even really, important to me. I knew somebody was investigating, so I thought it would be pretty, neat to see what was going on. Not to mention, it was somebody that I did not see coming being a problem. And of all people that was running their mouth was like pro Jared. I don't think he's the epitome of morality to be speaking on the behalf of a situation such as this. Stop. Anyway, Me Mudahar goes on to explain where they basically the kind of steps that led up to this. Where it was a tip that came to Carl Jobs. Carl Jobs has informed Me Mudahar. Me Mudahar is one of those people, if you was to message him and try to get stuff out that is, since he has a big enough platform, he can actually expose, wrongdoings. And that's kind of what he does. He investigates. Now, he gets 1,000 of them probably all the time. And the whole point is he can't look at all of them, or he looks at a lot of them. And they're usually just nothing burgers. Just a bunch of pissed off people trying to make shit up and get him to false flag people essentially and just expose people that don't need it. So, yeah, that's the biggest thing. He's not trying to show pecker when there's just balls. It makes no sense. Now, that being said, this one actually bared a little fruit. And there was some fuzz on this peaches. So, when they smelt shit, they went looking for shit. And they actually found a fucking mountain. Now, I am completely backing them up. I hope everything they said is not some twist that they didn't understand or they made a mistake somewhere. I'm hoping everything is pretty much out in the open, which they do show proof of everything they've seen. Now, I want to say this is all allegations because, well, this proof is just what they're showing. Now they are, saying it's true. The paperwork and all the investigation that they've been doing. So all the proof they have is public documents because it's a charity. Well, then come to find out, there's a lot of falsehoods surrounding the charity too, such as certain brandings that pretty much didn't exist yet. A lot of shady things that just doesn't add up. And they even, a lot of people wanted to get pissy and get mad at them for investigating him and not giving him a chance to explain himself. But that's not true. Before they even posted the video or edited or did anything, while they were investigating and their proof together, they questioned him. They had a full-on interview. And the interview itself was a little shady on how that came to be. So basically what Mudahar was saying, he messaged him, gave him a chance to defend himself. Because I don't think he's going to be the type to just go run his mouth unless it's, pretty obvious and probably a real shady character. And that's the thing, he doesn't seem like a shady character. He seems like a real giving person. So they gave him a chance to explain himself. Maybe there was a mistake somewhere. Maybe he didn't see it. And I'm going to come back to the whole he didn't see it, didn't know thing. Because he even claims that he noticed it at one point in time. Because like I said, they did the interview. So the interview basically states that that he knew at some point in time a year or two ago. There's a problem with that. He still hasn't done anything with it. Now, whatever the withholdings is, now there was somebody that did have some financial understanding in this situation. They're over charity cases and stuff like that. So basically what they stated was they could be waiting for a certain amount because $600,000 being contributed to a certain thing probably isn't enough. So they need to get like $1 million. So it'd be specified. So they're not just doing like, oh, this goes to cancer research. What cancer research? Are you doing blood tests? Are you donating it to the blood tests? Are you donating it to, x-rays? Or, it's got to be a specific thing that they're having to donate to. Now, that's not been spoke about or anything's been open about that yet. So it's still up for debate. But that's the things Mudahar was openly talking about that nobody even watched his video for. They watched to react. They did not watch to listen and get well informed about it. And I think people like Pro Jared, who is a YouTuber or a predominant person in social media and content creating and whatnot, should be smart enough to know not to open your mouth before you get all your ducks in a row, because essentially you're going to sound really stupid. Now, the reason why I'm speaking on it and I'm kind of cutting some stuff out is because I'm going to have them both, tagged below. I'm going to make sure that if you want to, you can watch for yourself, because I'm really just giving you a short version of everything. I think overall that the situation is really shitty, and I think that he needs to speak up. The only thing that I saw that Mudahar was speaking of, why he needs to lawyer up, is because it don't matter how bad this goes, or how good this goes, or what kind of excuse he gets, or if he finally dumps all the money into a case, he's still going to have to lawyer up because there's a big issue with basically the filings and everything. Now, what I said I was going to get back to, which was his whole situation about how he doesn't know. Well, kind of find out he's literally their advisor for that. Like, he's supposed to know. He's supposed to look for the charities or he's supposed to look where the money's going to get donated. So once he gets the charity, the donations, he's supposed to know where he's going to invest it in. And he hasn't done that at all. It's been a couple years, not quite a few years. And that's the shady part, is all this money's being withheld. Now, nobody's stolen it that we know of. There's no fraud so far. There's not any embezzling that, from what all the paperwork shows, there's no embezzling yet. Now, I don't know if he was about to or what happened, but I guess it's to be determined from this time of recording, which is, for me, the 21st. And like I said, this was yesterday when Mudahar dropped a new video. And everybody and their fucking mother went ape shit on everything, got super pissy, and I guess they just didn't want to listen. Now, I don't think Mutahar or Carl Jobs is going to be the type to falsify anything. And the other thing is, they try to say he's doing it for clicks. He's trying to do it for, to basically piggyback off his fame so he can be more famous. But that doesn't make sense. The reason why I say that doesn't make sense, Mutahar has like 3 times the amount of subscribers. He has a bigger reach. If anything, this might get more towards him, and if he answers up for this and starts, showing what happened, he might get more out of it. If anybody's going to benefit from this, it's a bunch of people ponying off of Mutahar's video to go to that. The only person that has less subscribers is Carl Jobs, and that's not by too terribly much. It's about half. But overall, it really doesn't matter because they went into this together, and Carl was the smart one to go to Mutahar, who has a bigger platform to, I hate to say expose because there's still stuff in the air that is to be determined at the moment. But overall, so far, yeah, he's been pretty much exposed. He's got pants down, shit in hand. Dude had no toilet paper, went to wipe bare ass. It just makes no sense. So at the moment, I guess that's all there is to say about this. More things will come out. I'm not going to be much of the one to kind of expose more and more of it because I'm just here to kind of relay the message so everybody's on the same page if you feel like you needed to know about it. Also, like I say, you can like, share, subscribe. It's much appreciated. I know I keep saying it like a rambling little bitch, but hey, just feel like just to let you know because, it's no big deal. But all the views are appreciated. All the subscribers I've been getting is appreciated. And yeah, that's about all I got to say about that. Y'all have a good one.